Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears Radio, No More Black Tears podcast. We out of traffic, man. We at the next light. Verteezy, man, how was your week?
Yo, what's up, everyone, man? Just chilling, man. Been a cool week. Got to see Sinners the other day with C's, man. Definitely a great movie. Go see it, man. Support a black director and one of the best black actors going right now, Michael B. Jordan. Ryan Coogler, shout out. You did the thing on that one.
Caesar C's, man. What's up?
Yo, what's good,
How's your
people?
week?
I'm echoing that Sinners was a great movie. Ryan Coogler doing his thing. Real Oakland nigga. Good, decent week, man. You know, got to finish it off strong, though.
So what's up, man? It all happened in the week, too. Week in sports. We back.
All right, so this weekend sports, man, we're talking about another NIL deal, but at the high school level, man. So we got Cameron Pritchett, who is in Alabama.
Alabaster, Alabama, 6'3" edge rusher from Thompson High School. Basically, he turned down a $750,000 NIL deal, and they wanted him to move out of state. For some reason, I couldn't find whatever high school it was, but it's probably one of these big ticket schools in the mid east or East Coast, maybe. He basically turned it down. He is not the only student that was offered an NIL deal at his high school, so somebody else has been offered that before him the previous year. It just tells you how much money NIL is doing. I mean, at high school level, they damn near $750,000. They literally offering this land. So I mean, credit to him. I mean, it's not like he's turning down a lot because he's got NIL deals. He's a prospect for Ohio State. So I mean, kudos to the young man, you know, sticking through it. And you know he's gonna have the money come back to him tenfold at the college level. So I mean, hey, sometimes you don't take the deal initially, you got to take a later deal to get more money.
Yeah, man. Man, fuck the money. I just thought it was crazy. I didn't know high school students getting paid. I just didn't know that. At least not officially by NIL. I know there's always been money under the table or whatever, but I didn't know that NIL was at the high school level too. I am a component of NIL at the collegiate level. I don't know if I'm a component at the high school level, you know, but I mean, that's what they're doing, man. Shout out to him, man. That's a lot of money for him and his family, whatever he does get. But yeah, the system probably needs to have a conversation about these NIL deals with high school students, because I just don't want to see it then just become this endless cycle of trickling down to middle school kids too. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, if I was him, I probably would have took it because you never know what's going to happen. He'll get hurt. And plus, he end up in jail. Hey, man, they got these fast cars. He could be, man, you better get in where you fit in. That's why I would have probably took it. But I understand him not wanting to uproot his family and wanting to stay at home. But, hey, it ain't every day you get $250,000 in high school.
For sure, man. But moving on to the collegiate level, man, we got Lee Curso, who officially retired yesterday from his job at Gameday College Sports. Did it for almost 40 years, man. I think 38 years to be exact. You know, he's in that John Madden, you know, category when it comes to sports, man. There's certain announcers you hear, certain people you hear on certain sports shows, and you just put them with that particular sport, man. And Lee Curso, when you think of college football, you think of him. Just like in college basketball, you think of Dick Vitale, man. So this past season, I know me and Rose was watching the game, and Rose said, "What's wrong with him? It's something. He got something." I said, "I think the nigga just old, and you can't do these jobs forever, man." But he did it as long as he could. He always brought energy to it, and I really think Game Day is in a good place because with them replacing him with Pat McAfee brings that energy Lee Corso used to always bring, man. So, man, we'll see what happens with Game Day, man.
Yeah, the voice of generations. I mean, literally 40 years. I mean, I forgot. You really forget how old people are. At 90 years old, he's still doing it. Was still doing it. But I mean, literally, like coaches make some of the best analysts. I mean, people have these checkered. What's the word?
Pass.
Not checkered. Decorated pass, and it's like all these different achievements, and you look at their whole career. So I mean, like he's literally gonna be like the highlight. It's gonna be hard to see without him, but like you said, Pat McAfee is gonna be a good fill-in, but it's not gonna be the same. But great career, great coach, and it's gonna be weird seeing without him.
Yes, for me, I think it's probably a year too late. They shouldn't have had him on this year because man, it was horrible. I'm like, man, this guy's literally dying right before our eyes. Like.
I mean, they did stamp off the game though. They said November 2nd is his last game. It's gonna be Penn State and Ohio State is gonna be his last official game, man. Damn, dude.
Hey, man. Talking about people who still got plenty of games to go, man. The NBA playoffs is just getting underway. When we last talked about it, we had the play-ins going on. Unfortunately, the Hawks didn't make it. They got eliminated by the Magic and the Heat. And then right now we got the Grizzlies who was able to make it in the play-ins. But that first game against the OKC Thunder was horrendous. Yes, over 50-point loss. Then came back the second week and lost the second game and lost by basically like 20, maybe 19. But it was basically another double-digit loss, man. Man, Ja, you need to be ashamed of yourself, bro. Because I look at you and Shay, y'all the same, nigga, in the terms of Shay's taking the mantle that you had 2 years ago. And this just shows, man, nothing is guaranteed, bro. You can be hot today, but then fuck up. And the next thing you know, somebody else takes your spot, man. It's always somebody else who wants the crown, man. And Shay, he's doing his thing. Shay's putting his stamp on, trying to be the best player in the league right now, man. They're going to dispatch the Grizzlies in 4 or 5 games, and then they're going to move on to the second round. But right now, the only series that seems really interesting right now is the Nuggets and Clippers series. That's at 1-1. And that Warriors-Houston series that's at 1-1. Those series seem chippy, especially the Warriors Houston series. And then the Clippers Nuggets series, we're getting to see Kawhi be Kawhi again, man. That performance he had game 2 to get that win. And moments like that just remind you how good Kawhi is. And you just hate the fact that he's had these quote-unquote injuries. Some people call them phantom injuries, but you just hate the fact that we've never really got to see him just consistently be great. Because who knows, man? Nigga might not play game 3 because he might say his knee hurt, man. So we'll see what happens this series, man. But if Kawhi can do what he did game 2, man, the Nuggets are the only team in trouble. Every team that's in the playoffs is in trouble. Because he still has the ability to lock up your best perimeter defender, and he still has the ability to drop 30 on your head. And that's why Kawhi is so special when he's playing at the level he's playing at.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, I was talking, we were literally at Limelight at the bar watching the games yesterday, and I'm just like telling him, I'm like, yo, the shit ain't the same. Like, I know we keep talking about it, saying how the shit is like, I'm not going to say it's not entertaining. It's just something about it where I'm like, I don't feel the need to watch every single game. I don't want to watch every single game. So it's kind of weird, man. And then, like, talking about the Golden State Warriors, bro. What was it, number 61? What was it?
The little white boy?
Yeah, little white dude with the beard. I'm like,
that nigga looked like somebody. I said
that nigga was an assistant coach.
He looks like an assistant coach or one of the players' fathers. Like, he on the NBA court? That shit looked weird.
So it was like number 61, man. We see him in the pocket, man. But the Rockets and the Thunder, man, it's like it just shows you how much talent these young teams have and the depth they have. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to take them all the way to the finals all the way through. So I mean, like it's. I kind of agree with you with what games are going to be the ones to like actually look at, and it's like what's the most competitive, and it's like I still say this. I'm still questioning Jimmy, bro. I trust Steph, of course. I'm still questioning Jimmy, man. I got to.
Playoff Jimmy?
I'm questioning that shit.
The mechanic?
Oh yeah.
Man, he been balling. He got hurt yesterday though. So
yeah, he did, man.
But
that nigga broke his ass.
Dump him in the air, straight up like, nigga, what are you doing?
That booty hole already kind of sore. So, hey, what can we say? But another series y'all forgot to mention. Probably it has been the most, I guess interesting to me. New York, Detroit.
Okay.
That has both those games pretty much came down to the wire. Detroit has looked like the better team. New York found a way to win game 1. They had a chance to win game 2, but they couldn't do it. But it's been really exciting to watch.
I've been seeing the memes where niggas was just like Detroit, Steve Swank, Nixon 5. That's what niggas was saying before that shit started. But
nah, man,
I guess not.
I think Detroit got a chance. I think the reason we're talking about the series is, do you think either team got a chance to beat Cleveland or beat Boston? I think that's probably, to be honest, that's probably gonna be the best series in the first round. But it don't matter how good that series is. If nobody believes you can get to the finals, we don't give a fuck what y'all do, man.
No, it's all about entertainment. So as far as the entertainment point, that series has been really entertaining. More so than I watched I watched pretty much almost all the games this weekend. Denver and Clippers. The second game when Kawhi was on fire, that was good. But then again, like
the first game was amazing. It went to overtime.
Yeah, it was that one was okay, but
a 3 Russ hit a 3 to send it overtime.
Yeah, so but I don't think that game the Clippers kept with them, but it just seemed like Denver was going to win that game. But in the second game, Kawhi was just off the charts, and it was still close. It was still close, but I enjoyed watching him play that game. Houston, I fell asleep on that game yesterday. I tried to watch it.
Jalen Green, did his thing, man.
Yeah, he did his thing, but I fell asleep on it. But we'll see. Boston Magic, Magic
ain't got no chance, man.
That's boring.
When Tatum didn't play and Boston still won by double digits, that just shows you how good Boston is. The fact that their best player can sit out and they can still handle the Magic, which is a formidable team, easily. Yeah, man. They're going to the East Coast Finals, bro.
So, well, that's about in the Lakers. T Woods. That's been first game was blah. Second game was blah, but the Lakers won, so I was happy. But they battling. But it's just like I don't know what direction.
Do they have the energy
Lakers
hang
go
with them young boys for 4 more games?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what direction they're going to. I can see them hanging with them for 4 more games or 5 more games. I can, but I just don't know what. It's like the T-Wolves are they push them to the limit, and now everybody said it was Darvin Ham's fault that they lost. So they ended up losing in the first round against the Wolves. They've been praising JJ all year. How such he's a good coach. A good coach. What they gonna say after that?
You gonna have to take the criticism, man.
Have fouls been an issue for either team?
It was in game 2 for the Lakers. I mean for the Timberwolves because Naz Reid got in foul trouble early, and Daniels got in foul trouble early. So they was pretty much took out of the game, out of the rotation because they was in foul trouble like in the first quarter, and that was a big thing.
Hey man, talking about things is a big deal, man. So Shannon Sharpe, a lot of people call him Unc. He's in the news for a lot of bullshit right now, man. So there was this OnlyFans star who basically accused him of essay. He leaked some text messages to try to show their relationship was consensual. One of the key messages was $25K for each cheek. You want this big juicy booty. It was a lot of I'll put a black baby in me type of stuff. He came out, made a video this week saying yo, I'm innocent of this. I ain't do nothing. They're gonna release a sex tape, but I tell them release the whole thing and show that it was consensual. There was 2 audio leaked, both basically saying I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. One saying yes, you want this big black man to choke you or whatever. It was a lot of people saying race play involved, but as we know, Shannon Sharpe is 56 years old. This girl is between 19 and 20. I keep seeing different reports on her age. Some say 19, some say 20. C's, what's your thoughts on this whole Shannon Sharpe situation? He did step down from ESPN today in terms of he's taking a step back from First Take and his other duties at ESPN. He'll be back on air, he said, by the start of football season. So, we'll see what happens.
I mean, I feel like it's a shakedown, man. It's a setup and it's a shakedown. $50 million, why she's asking so much money is $50 million. She got to make a cuts to the lawyers and everybody else, the whole defense team or prosecution team and all that. So, I mean, it's not out of this land for her to ask for that much money. But it's like when you hear the first initial audio clips where she's talking about, hey, are you coming to LA? You doing this? You doing that? It's like you can tell they got some type of relationship, but it ain't just like he just hit her up and was off some random shit. So it sounds like they got some type of relationship going. And the way they split up and cut the whole thing is just like it goes from, oh, I don't want to be choked to you say that shit again to me. It just sounds weird. Like they're never releasing the whole audio tape, and it's like they say Tony Busby's the prosecution lawyer, so they say he has a track record of going after people. So like, when you hear that, you kind of think you like, man, this shit probably a setup. It's the whole thing, and then people are bringing up the whole thing about when Monique was on his podcast and saying it's like, you've been warned. Like Shannon Sharpe, you've been warned. Like we told you this was gonna happen. You need to start messing with, blah. Like you dudes got to be smarter. You got to be smarter who you messing with, and like this whole thing, like the whole situation, man, it's a shakedown. Who knows if he actually did something to her or didn't? I'm not confirming or denying, whatever. I'm just saying it feels like a money grab. It's probably going to end up ultimately being where they settle out of court, and I think he's going to be back on ESPN. I feel like people got too much invested in him to where she's going to get the figure she wants. It's not going to be $50 million, but it's going to be in the millions.
We also $10 million.
I think it's going to be like 20, 15 mil. Somebody in her pocket, in her defense, is going to be like, oh, this was the figure we wanted. We asked for 50. We got 20 mil. Now you need to stop it. And then it's just going to go away quiet. He'll be back on ESPN and, whatever other podcast or shows he got on. People got too much invested in him.
Yeah, man, this shit ain't going to go away quietly, bro. Like, if he wanted to go away quietly, he should have paid the $50 million or offer more than the $10 million before all this got leaked, bro. Because once a bitch proves she's willing to leak your messages and videos and stuff like that, this shit's already just going to get worse for him. I was talking to MGH, and I said, this is a no-win for the nigga. Because I don't think he raped the bitch. I think they had a consensual relationship. But with that being said, when you put the image out there that you own, and we can find videos of you being told you need to be dating women your age, and we can find videos you scolding people your age for dating people half their age, like it looks bad that you was in a relationship with a 19-year-old, 20-year-old. And then when we get these messages where it seems like you tricking nigga, where you be trying to make it seem like you don't be tricking on the pussy and stuff like that. Yeah, all this gonna look bad at you. And then you already got people already be coming at him if you watch his little Shay Club. There's, from Andrew Schultz and some other black people be saying you don't like black women, and he be laughing at it and saying, nah, I do like black women. Bro, this is far from black woman. I don't know if she's Hispanic. I don't know if she's Italian, but nigga, in the words of that bitch from The Brothers, if she's Hispanic, she's a white bitch that like tacos. If she's Italian, she's a white bitch that eats spaghetti. She is not black, though. That's for sure. So, like, that's strike 2 right there. This is not a black woman. This is a woman that's 19, 20 years old. You 56, my nigga. Like, nigga, that's a 40 fucking year. That's almost like 40-year age gap, nigga. Like, that's wild, nigga, that you messing with this woman when there's plenty of women that's not too far from your age that you could be doing stuff with, like a Melissa Ford or like Ice-T baby Mama D. if you watch the 5150 show, she always says she thinks Shannon's like cute. And I don't know if y'all know Ice T Baby Mama what she looks like. Like for her to be in her 50s, she still looks very good. Like there's plenty of women out there that's close to your age you could be dealing with if you're gonna put that image out there that you don't mess with them young hoes like that. Like none of this looks good for him. The race play shit looks bad. Like all this looks fucked up, especially when you built your platform off of black people. Like you got popular because of black people. Most of your biggest interviews are black people. Like it's not like his interviews with his white hosts, go viral. No, it's the interviews with Cat Williams, the interview he did with Young Miami, the interview he did with Deion Cole, the interview he did with Steve Harvey, like all the interviews he did with these black people that he quote unquote say he's cool with. These are the ones that's popular. So yeah, man, this all is a bad look for Shannon, man. There's really no way for him to get out of it, man. Just put your head down and just see what happens. To me personally, ain't no point in settling, bro. If you didn't do it, don't settle. Because the whole purpose of settling is to avoid everything that's going out. Now the mess is out there. So just go to court, just get vindicated, and don't give this bitch a dime.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him at all. I stopped messing with you, Uncle Shannon, when you came out with your liquor and didn't sell it in Georgia, then let it be shipped to Georgia, and then charge $100 for it. And it ain't worth it. So when you did that, that showed me who you really was. And for you to be dating a girl that's young enough to be your granddaughter, like, and you're close with your daughters, like, how would you feel if your daughter, when she was 19, dating
one of your homeboys?
Yes. How would you feel about that? According to you, from what you put out, we don't know you, but according to what you put out, you wouldn't be having that, would you?
Hell yeah.
So, but you are doing it, and you always say you like these young girls. Hey, R. Kelly's in jail for liking young girls.
And I think that's what's so crazy in this situation, man. Because I can find videos of Shannon scolding other people for this, and he's talked shit about someone like R. Kelly and Diddy for having these relationships with women that's 20, 30 years their minor. Like, that's just wild, my nigga, bro. That's just wild. Because if you were just open about, yo, I like young hoes and I only date young hoes, I think nobody would even care right now, bro. Because the celebrities that are open about dating young women don't talk about them.
Yeah, so that's just, yeah. But what we got next, man? Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. I hope he got to give her 40.
Well, Shannon became popular because of Fox, the Mild and Yak, and he, now he's on ESPN. But what allowed him to get there is his Hall of Fame career as an NFL tight end. And he's known for getting drafted, I think, the 5th or 6th round. There's going to be a lot of people getting drafted this weekend. It starts tonight. Are there any highlights from the draft series?
Bruh, I just had to elaborate. That nigga got fired 2 minutes ago.
Well, that's
Shannon Sharpe. He no longer he ain't got fired 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, who cares about him? Nobody cares. He needs to be fired.
Are there any people that you looking forward to in the draft series? Any teams that you want to make some moves?
Honestly, with the Steelers, man, I would say don't bet. All right, this is USA Today. They literally said they got Shador going as low as 21. I'm like, what the fuck? 21 for the Steelers. I'm like, no.
You should be happy about that.
He's not gonna go that low. I know he's not gonna last that long in the draft. Like, he's not gonna last that long. I mean, it would be a great move if they did it. But I mean, pick up somebody defensively or offensively, what you need, and go with that second or third round QB. Because we need it. Yes, they need it. But it's just to see Shador go that low. And then there's the questions about, is Cam Ward the number 1 overall draft pick? That's the question I do have. Probably. There's that. And then there's the questions with the Giants and Abdul Carter. And then Travis Hunter, obviously. Genty with the Jags. So those top names, those biggest names you heard this season, those are really the names I'm looking at for the highlights. And it's a few other players in that top 10, top 15 I'm looking at. And then I'm really interested to see what teams do in the second and third round. I really feel like that's where a lot of these players are going to, like Deshaun, in a year from now, we're going to see like those changes. It's first round, yeah, it's going to be the top 15 is really my highlights. But the second and third rounds really want to put more stock and pay attention to see what these teams pick up and do. And then there's a guy from LSU, obviously. So, I mean, those are some of the highlights I'm looking at, man.
Yeah, man, I love the NFL draft, man. It's one of my favorite times of the year, man. I love seeing the teams draft players and, have all this potential, man. Most of your teams, just as a reminder, is made up of a third, fourth, fifth, and sixth round picks. That's the majority of your team as a fan. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the first round tonight because that's where the stars are at. But a lot of your Richard Shermans, Russell Wilsons, Dak Prescotts, they come from these later rounds and they get developed into, players. So, but some of the players that I'm hearing from the draft that I'm interested to see where they go into nice draft the first round. I want to see who's going to get Shador because going into the college year, he was supposed to be the number one quarterback. He didn't have the year people thought he was going to have. Now there's reports, like you said, sees he can fall all the way to the 20s to the point where some of these teams like the Giants and Browns might jump back into the first round to go get him. That's going to be interesting. I think he's still going to go top 10 because quarterback is such an important position. And to me, he has the tools to be an NFL starter quarterback. Then you have Travis Hunter. I'm excited to see where he goes and if a team is going to let him be great. Is a team going to let him play both sides of the ball at the NFL level and do what he did in college that made us fall in love with him? Ashton Genty, man, it's three teams I keep hearing his name be linked to. The Bears. Most of the draft process, it was the Vegas Raiders because we know Pete Carroll to run the ball. And then just yesterday, they started saying the Jaguars are interested in him. I think the Jags is a good situation for him if Trevor Lawrence is healthy because he'll be there with a legit quarterback, at least someone people think is a legit quarterback. I think the Raiders is a good situation for him because he's going to get over 20 carries a game. And if he goes to the Raiders, I would definitely pick him up in fantasy because he's going to get the opportunity to carry the load there in Vegas. And Geno's there. So Geno's a respectable quarterback. And then if he goes to the Bears, I feel like that could be wonderful because that's probably the best situation for him because the Bears have everything. They have the receivers. We have rebuilt the offensive line this offseason. You got Caleb Williams. We got to believe him going number one last year. He had a learning curve. He looked better at the end of the season. You give them a nice piece of running back, that could be a game changer. But as far as the Falcons, man, defense, man. We spent our last 4 out of our 5 first rounders on the offensive side of the ball. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix Jr. All those picks have hit except for Kyle Pitts' bitch ass. But all those other picks have hit.
Pitts been balling.
Like I said, for those who watch the games, all those picks have hit except for Kyle Pitts' bitch ass.
What happened to Kyle Pitts? He didn't breaking records.
All right, man. I ain't want to go on a tangent, bro. Rob Bowles came in and broke the record for receiving yards by a tight end. He made all pros a tight end. When Kyle Pitts came in the league, people thought he was going to immediately be a top 5 tight end. If I was to say, let's name our top 5 tight ends, you're not naming Kyle Pitts, nigga. We could have had Jamar Chase. Do you know that, Juice Man? Do you know that we drafted Kyle Pitts? You know Jamar Chase. You know who that is, right?
That's Bengals.
You know Jamar Chase went 2 picks after Kyle Pitts.
But
so you telling me?
I
answer this question. You tell me as a Falcons fan, you'd rather have Kyle Pitts over Jamar Chase?
This is what I'm saying.
Would you rather have Kyle Pitts?
Falcons fan, you should know better. Atlanta's going to Atlanta. Bruh, that's just facts. Atlanta's going to Atlanta. Atlanta always does fucked up shit. Ain't nothing fucking new.
The amount of picks we hit on Drake London is a top 10 receiver. Bijan Robinson is a top 3. He didn't have a quarterback.
I don't give a fuck. No.
He didn't have a quarterback.
No. We still don't have a quarterback. That's why Kyle Pitts. It's like this. If Kyle Pitts brought all the rookies, if he damn near was basically I don't know if he got it, but he damn near the rookie of the year.
Matt Ryan was his quarterback.
Then what's the problem now?
Matt Ryan was still a respectable quarterback at that point in time. Once we lost Matt Ryan, bro, this nigga couldn't do shit with Kirk Cousins, and he didn't do shit.
Who can do, bro?
And he didn't do shit with goddamn motherfucking Michael Penix Jr., man. Drake London was looking good with Kirk Cousins, bro. I don't know what games you was watching. Me and Rose was on his back patio most of the season, grilling and drinking, watching a lot of Falcons games. And I saw Kyle Pitts drop a pass on Sunday Night Football against the Washington Commanders, and that led to Michael Penix Jr.'s first interception. That nigga's garbage, bro. That nigga's trash. He needs to get out of Atlanta, or we should trade that bitch-ass nigga. But I don't want to talk about that sorry-ass nigga no more, man. We need to go on draft defensively, man. And the player that I hope we falls to us, Mikael Williams, defensive end out of Georgia, man. Come to Atlanta. We need to get to the quarterback. We paid that nigga from New England a lot of money. You know, we done drafted players. We need somebody to get to the quarterback because that defense got to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get somebody from Georgia, or we can even. I remember you was telling me, Vertiz, they were talking about some trades.
Yeah, potentially trading up to get Abdul Carter from Penn State,
Yeah.
who's considered the best prospect overall.
Yeah, we can do. We just need one of those three players: Jalen Walker, Mikael Williams, or even
that's realistic. Jalen Walker is realistic for us to trade on like 5 spots.
Or Abdul Carter. If we can get one of those players, I'll be happy. I'm thinking Cleveland's gonna take Travis Hunter at the number 2 spot, and I'm interested in seeing where Shador goes to. I want to see where he goes to because they had him high and then they had him dropping. That's all they talking about is him. And
prime time.
And I'm ready to see what he's gonna do. But I want to see him go to the Saints.
So what's up with his brother? His brother's in the draft too?
Who? Oh, Shador brother?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
That nigga going undrafted, dog.
Welcome.
Yeah, man. He gonna be an undrafted rookie, man. Some team gonna sign him to a little deal.
Right?
Safety.
Okay.
But before we move on to TNT, quick question for those who might have. Prize Picks had this thing where they were saying you could bet on the draft, what could happen at the draft tonight. What's one thing that you willing to bet a good sum of money on that you just certain is going to happen tonight outside of Cam Ward going number 1 overall, Rose?
True. I don't know. A short thing. I ain't got no short thing in this draft because I know Carter's gonna go top 3, and Travis Hunter gonna go top 3. I do know that, but I know Ashton Genty going in the top 10. I'm for sure on that. But I really ain't got no.
I say top 5.
We'll see.
If I had to say one sure thing, I think when the draft is over tonight, we're going to see within the first 15 picks more defensive players taking offensive players in this draft. I think this draft is loaded with a lot of defensive talent.
But I have to say, because I was about to say I don't gamble, and I'll be like, this is the wrong draft to put your money on. But then when I think about it, my response is going to be, I bet you Atlanta's going to be Atlanta. I'll put some money on that. So no matter who Atlanta pick, Matt Ryan and all, I don't give a fuck. Y'all might be like, oh, he's the greatest thing he's got. Nah, this nigga Atlanta can't pick shit. When has Atlanta? Who was the last time we drafted some? Deion Sanders.
B. John
Robinson. Matt Ryan.
Nigga, you
Michael
fucking
Vick.
y'all done lost y'all goddamn
Michael
mind.
Vick.
Julio Jones just retired. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Y'all done lost. Does he got a ring though? Does he got a ring though?
That's the team, bro. They got
No, last one was Deion Sanders.
Deion
I
in Atlanta?
don't give a fuck where he won it. That was the last time Atlanta drafted somebody good.
I can name a lot of niggas that got drafted by Atlanta
rest
rings
my
other
case.
places now.
I rest
If
my
we doing
case.
that.
I rest my case.
Buddy from Atlanta, that his daddy played there. He just got traded to the Bears. We got released. He played.
Oh, Grady Jerry, yeah.
Jared. Like, that's yeah.
Atlanta's going to be Atlanta.
Hey,
So if they do pick somebody you would like to see, he's going to be gone within a day. That's Atlanta's going to Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be Atlanta.
So
that's all I can put my money on.
One more thing that I can guarantee in the draft, man, there's going to be a lot of tears tonight. Some of joy from a long life of working hard to get to this point, and some of frustration for a lot of people who are going to fall in the draft who thought their hard work is minuscule. But this is just the beginning process. TNT.
Dynamite. Boom.
So, C's, with this first TNT, break it down first.
Florida State University. Guy came up on campus, started shooting at people. History of mental illness. He's on pills, all this other stuff. Transferred from Tallahassee Community College. He was part of the political group, like talk group or whatever, like, student body. he had a lot of rhetoric online about anti-DEI and anti-Black Lives Matters and all this other shit. He had some comments about Rosa Parks being wrong and all this other shit. And he was a child of sheriff, or somebody that used to be a sheriff deputy. So he had access to a lot of the training and just being around the whole department. I'm surprised he's still alive, honestly. I mean, they said it was quick, the response to where campus police reacted. So they said it was in within 2 minutes, but 2 people have actually died, between 5 and 6 people got injured. This is one of those situations where mass shooting, the track record of his rhetoric is there. So, I mean, you can't say it's a off situation. Nobody knew it was going to happen. You see his access to the weapons, and you see his whole rhetoric about, putting down gentrification, putting down riots and protests against Trump. So, I mean, he has a track record. You ask his history and people that know him and around him, there's a track record of it.
Yeah, man. I'm not even going to talk about the gun violence portion of it, because we've kind of made our stances clear on gun control in this country. I feel like each person has kind of gave their point of view on that. I think this is just another example of, man, it's hard to feel safe in America, man. It's hard to feel safe. There's people at this table who have kids that are currently in college right now. And I feel like this should even hit us even more to know that we have kids in college, or we have friends who have kids in college. And the 2 lives that was lost, the 5 lives that was affected, that could be a kid that we know, and that's just sad that people can't go to a college campus to just have fun, to just learn, to try to be productive citizens, to get an education, with fear of a student, doing something like this. I don't even know if it's been made clear what his intentions were, seized. Like, was this racially motivated? Was it just frustration? Was it just him just want to do whatever he just wanted to do? And I think that's what kind of makes this situation so difficult in America, is the violence itself, gun violence or not. A lot of times the motivations varies for so many different people, man. So I definitely have tears for the situation. FSU is one of the bigger colleges in the country, but stuff like this happens at other college campuses that are not as big, man. And I just want to say this, the fact that this happened at FSU, a place like Augusta State University, a place like Payne, University, that probably don't have the level of security. College campuses that are more wide open than some of these bigger universities. Because if you've had the privilege to attend a big university and go to some place like Georgia Southern or Boston State University, if you've had the opportunity, those universities are usually not set up the same way as smaller universities. They don't have the same level of security. This is something that needs to be addressed, just in terms of making sure these college students are safe.
I think we gotta stop bullying. I think that's real. The root cause is we gotta start making fun of people. We gotta stop making fun of one another. We gotta see people succeed. I understand that rich get rich and the poor get poor, but man, come on. We just because dude got a lazy eye don't mean you can poke fun of him and call that nigga, well, I see you got the lazy eye, you only can see one side of your face. Man, come on, let's be real about this shit. You know what I'm saying? The world has changed. You can't even spank your kids no more. You see what I'm saying? The world is changing. Well, the world, I ain't even gonna say the world. The U.S., the United States is changing. You can't call a dude the F word no more. You know what I'm saying? If he's gay, and then you got to go by the what is it? The proper pronoun, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You got to ask them what they go by. You know what I'm saying? Them, they, he, she, her, him, her. You know what I'm saying? So we get to the point that everybody is so conscious and trying to be so woke, but we getting away from being strong, like being strong, like we getting away from it, and it's shown. It really is showing, and I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Equal rights for the women, cool. You know what I'm saying? Equal rights for the Asians, cool. Because you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Me being a black man, I know what the people going through. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Like every day we go out there, we get beat up. Y'all might not realize it, but you get treated and you know what I'm saying, tormented, and you might not even know because your eyes not open to what's really going on in the world. And when I mean by the world, I mean the U.S. This country we live in. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate this. Even Latinos, like the black man got the worst. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, we have the worst. And it's just it's sad, man. It really is sad. And then you know when something stuff, I hate to say it, since I've been to war and everything. When I see stuff like this, I always say it, and I know y'all hate when I say it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like you keep pushing. Tupac said the best. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you think you can just fuck with people all day, nothing's gonna happen to you. We thank the Lord if nothing happens to you, but shit, sometimes some shit might happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I gotta say about that situation. I know it's sad, it's a cruel situation, but the person that made was the gunner. As long as he got the person he wanted, hey, mission successful. So that shit crazy. I don't approve violence, but hey, man, the words, that tongue, bro, that tongue carry a lot of weight.
What was that?
Yeah, I don't have any tears for the shooter. I got tears for the people that lost their life and got hurt. But it's just another thing that happened. It's sad that it happened on the FSU campus where people are just trying to just do their thing, have fun, go to school. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have no tears for the shooter. I hope they burn him. Maybe he need to be get shot by the shooter squad when he get the death penalty.
Yeah, currently he's unconscious and hospitalized. He took a gunshot to the head, so you might have got your wish early. Talking about something tragic to something that's tragic in a different sense. The career of great actor Denzel Washington is winding down. Like me and C stated earlier, we got to see Michael B. Jordan, one of the young bright spots in acting in the black community, shine in Sinners. And he worked with Ryan Coogler, who apparently has announced that Denzel will be part of Black Panther 3. So we're going to get to see them do another project together. That's going to be amazing. Denzel's next project is going to be Hannibal. C's, what's your thoughts on that?
It's 1 second. I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
All right. Project in the long running. They literally been talking about this movie for like the last 15 years. If you don't know, Hannibal Barca was Carthaginian. Basically, the one from Africa. He was a North African general from Carthage. That's one of the ancient kingdoms that fought Romans. This is the nigga who basically tried to march on Rome through the Alps on fucking elephants. That ancient history. So one of the greatest decorated, studied throughout history, Hannibal Barca is one of the great military leaders. And there's been so many books and stories made about him. So finally they said, all right, Denzel, we finally want to get you. It's a Netflix backed project. This is something long in the running that he probably should have did 10, 15 years ago. If not him, somebody else. This movie should have been made. These last few projects from him, I'd honestly say I think he's really going to be one of them, one of the few greats that retires early. Not in the whole sense of like, oh, he's not doing movies anymore. I don't think you're going to see him doing these main roles. He might do like some Morgan Freeman. Like he's the third, fourth character that's the voice or the OG on the squad that narrates and gives advice. So he's probably going to take more of a background role. So, I mean, it's literally his next 3 roles he's already stated Black Panther 3. He said years ago he wanted to do it. Then he's currently doing Othello on Broadway. The silver lining to that is he started his career on Broadway playing Othello, and he's ending his career on Broadway and in movies playing the same character. And then also there's rumors of Equalizer sequels. I'm not seeing him. I don't believe him. I'm just saying, like from a fan standpoint, I don't really see them doing Equalizer sequels. 2 of them at the most. And then there's also rumors of Safe House 2, which to me it was an underrated movie. It was probably one of my favorite projects from him. And then the last joint that comes out next month, I don't know if it's going to be a theatrical release, like broad based, but there's a movie called Highest to Lowest. It's actually a Spike Lee joint. So I mean, he's literally, if he's on his
farewell
tour, he's literally going back to the core. He's making his rounds, his blockbuster series, his famous roles, and then ended it with somebody like Spike Lee, whether it's a blockbuster film or not. He's literally making these great films. So, I mean, and we said it before. Last year, we had another topic where we literally were talking about Denzel being top 5 dead or alive. This is my kudos to you, my hand clap to you, brother. You're literally passing the torch to speaking to Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. So, I mean, who's to say he's not going to step into the production and the directing route, you know? Like, he's at that point in his career. So, hand clap to you, man. And I'm celebrating you. You one of my top. You probably top 3, maybe 2. So shoot, there you go.
My first question, C's, is you were saying you don't see him doing more Equalizers. Is there a particular reason why? Is it just because of the age and it's an action movie?
Milking. He's got to do like he did with 3, where you got to bring somebody in younger to really pass the torch, or they could do an origin. I mean, they could do the origin thing.
Yeah. And I was just curious because, Clint Eastwood, he was known for a lot of action westerns and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though he was old as fuck, he was still kind of doing that role in a lot of his movies.
I mean, we had the whole same discussion yesterday where I'm like, if you've done all you can do in a series, why milk it? Okay. Even from the same standpoint, it's like it was like, hey, we want another one. The fans could say we want another one. We want another one. We can make all this money. Sometimes it's like I'm gonna put my mindset in the same with the actors. I'm just fucking tired of it. Like, it's done. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Man, before I really even get into this Denzel, man, I got one question for the table. Besides Heat in the Night, has anybody seen 3 Sidney Poitier movies?
Huh?
Sidney Poitier, great black actor.
Yes. I don't Sidney Poitier. What you talking about?
Like besides Heat in the Night, like you ain't gotta answer out loud, but like have you seen 3 of his movies?
Yes.
And
Sidney Poitier, I seen more than 3 movies.
Man, when I think of Denzel, man, I think it's hard for me not to think of Sidney Poitier, man. Sidney Poitier was the first leading black man in Hollywood. Bill Cosby was more comedian, but Sidney Poitier was an actor. Like, he was in a lot of serious roles, like Denzel. And I just feel like there's going to be a whole generation. I bring up Sidney Poitier for this reason. I'm 33. I was not alive for most of his movies. In fact, his late movies in the 90s, I was basically a child because he got a movie called Eden and Garden that came out in 99. I was only 8 when that came out. With that being said, I have seen over the last 5 years most of Sidney Poitier work because it's out there. And that's the beautiful thing about when you create art. You live on forever. Like, I'm watching a lot of these movies for the first time, and I'm going through what my grandparents went through of, this man is such a great actor. There's going to be a whole generation. Our grandkids are going to watch Denzel movies. They're going to see Malcolm X. They're going to see Glory. They're going to see Training Day. They're going to see The Equalizers. They're going to see a lot of his works that we saw in real time, and they're going to understand what greatness was during this time period. Like, Denzel is on that level where he has a body of work that can be cherished for generations to come, man. I've said for a long time Denzel is the GOAT because of what he's done on the big screen and when I think of Denzel characters, I feel like he's always given a good idea of what it means to be a black man in America, or be a masculine, strong black man in America. And man, I'm here for it, man. I can't wait to see more Denzel, man. I hope he can put out as much work as he can in these later years of his life, because I enjoy watching the Denzel movie as much as I did when I was a child. When I saw Gladiator 2, I enjoyed his performance in that the same as I enjoyed Training Day, Man on Fire when I was a little kid, man. So shout out to Denzel, man. Continue to do your thing. Try to work with Ryan Coogler, do another movie with Spike Lee. Hey, man, if you can do movies with Michael B. Jordan and your son, man, get those movies too with some of these great young actors, man. Because a lot of people wanted to see you do a movie with Sidney Poitier, and that never happened. Take this opportunity and get some of these young black actors and pass on the torch to them, man.
Yeah, I want to say I don't have any tears because everybody deserves to retire, but it's gonna be when he does not, he's not making no more movies. We got some other good actors out there that can take his spot, but I'm happy for him. So it's like because everybody deserves to retire. Everybody now, some people like to work forever, but some people don't. So I don't know which part he is, but he seems like he wants time to chill and kick it. So
yeah, his own words. He
my
ninja,
ninja,
working.
My ninja. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, man, this is one of the elders right here.
Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. For sure, MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.